Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Head over there, bet $10, and it turns into $200 if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college and pro football. Restrictions apply. All right. Annoying day of college football. Not great for the old picks. What do we go? 0-3 and 1. Round robin didn't hit. KU ended up being a push, although, man, were they in that game. Jalen Daniels got knocked out of that game, and, maybe that, I don't know. 0-3 and 1, down about 5 units there. All right, let's get to it. Oklahoma. I mean, they got lit up. Shout out to Quinn Ewers and the Texas Longhorns. I didn't think they had that in them, and I thought this was a bounce back spot and a revenge game for Oklahoma. Did not see this blowout coming in the Red River Shootout. So shout out to Texas there. I still don't think Notre Dame is good. I know I keep fading them, and they keep covering. Although BYU, man, 4th and 1. God. Can I teach a class just on 4th and 1 play calls, what we'd like to see? I feel like over in the Betting Pros Discord, we could just like hash out 6 different plays and give those to head coaches. This is what we want to see on 4th and short. Quarterback sneak, bootleg. If you're going to go shotgun, don't run it out of the shotgun. Don't run into the heart of the defense. Don't run to the biggest guy on the team. Very, very frustrating BYU team. And again, I'm sounding like a madman because I still don't think Notre Dame looks that good. But kudos to them. They ended up getting the win. Obviously, the round robin ended up getting cooked there because none of those teams won outright on the money line. Kansas ended up being a push, although there were some 7.5s floating around out there if you bet it late. So maybe you got lucky with that 7.5 or fortunate, however you look at it there. But yeah, I mean, Kansas, again, blown opportunities. The KU Magic seems to run out there. Jalen Daniels, unfortunately, probably going to be out for a long time there, although the backup quarterback came in, looked pretty good. And I still thought they played pretty solid against TCU. Yeah, you fumble on the goal line, that's always going to be tough to recover from, but they fought hard. They got the push there. Man, it felt like they were a live dog. I mean, them and BYU, like really in these games. Unfortunate. But hey, don't worry. NFL football, a.k.a. the National Football League, is on the way. Speaking of the National Football League, how awesome would it be to get a NFL jersey from Brandon Ayuk autographed, courtesy of Pristine Auction? All you got to do is head over to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, comment below on this video, and that's it. You're automatically entered to win an autographed Brandon Ayuk jersey, courtesy of Pristine Auction. All right, 4 NFL picks, all 2-unit plays. First, let's go Dolphins, -3, -120 at the Jets. Get that over on Unibet. They call him Teddy Covers for a reason, right? Teddy Bridgewater, 44-20 and 1 ATS in his career starts. 24-6 against the spread on the road. This is a great spot for this Miami team, right? Because I do think from what we've seen out of Mike McDaniel, again, small sample size, he's able to scheme up guys open. I think the Jets secondary is really going to struggle with these Miami receivers. They obviously have extra time to prepare. They knew Tua was never going to start this game. Jets seem to struggle at home. 0-2 at home this season, 2-0 on the road. I can't figure out why they're seemingly better on the road. The matchup I'm really looking at, though, is Zach Wilson, 3 for 11 for 41 yards and an INT against the Steelers last week when facing the blitz. That's what the Dolphins do. The Dolphins bring the heat, and I don't think Zach Wilson can figure out the blitz. Like, maybe the Dolphins keep bringing the heat, and Wilson somehow figures it out between, last game against the Steelers and tomorrow, but I just don't see it. I think this is also a great bounce back spot for this Dolphins team. You're also fading the Jets coming off a win, and the Dolphins, of course, own the Jets 8-1 last night. So a lot of things going for this play. Give me the Dolphins -3. Next up, I keep playing this team. I cannot get away from them, but we're talking about a historic spread. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +14 at the Bills. You can get that over on WynnBET. Pretty much 14 everywhere, 2-unit play. Historic spread. I'm always on historic dogs in the National Football League. Biggest underdogs for the Steelers since the merger. I mean, any stat that goes back to quote unquote since the merger, when AFL and NFL decided to play together, and forget who it was, but his kid was playing with a Super Bowl, and he's like, why not just call it the Super Bowl? Any of those stats, you know there's something going on there. And I think in that last game in 1970, where they were a 14-point dog, they lost outright, but they covered the spread. Also, the Bills, they don't have, they continue to have guys banged up on defense. If they're up big, do they really need to keep the foot on the pedal? They have the Chiefs coming up next week. That could be a little bit of a look-ahead spot for the Bills. I thought Kenny Pickett looked pretty decent, honestly. I think George Pickens could be an interesting play as far as like toss him in the same game parlay. Over under player props over on Sleeper. I think he could be interesting. Kenny Pickett, 10 for 13, has yet to throw an incomplete pass in his career. All 3 interceptions. You look at those interceptions, like a lot of those kind of weren't his fault. One was like a Hail Mary. Another one, he threw it up to Deontay Johnson, did make a great play on the ball. The other one, it went off Freiermuth's hands. Like, I think they're going to be able to do enough to keep this a game. And the Bills, especially Josh Allen, you look at, he was like dead last in QB EPA per play in the first half. Like, they let teams hang around, and I think they could do that. Also, the ref report, which I reference a bunch. The ref report has a strong lean on the Steelers there, so that's always a good sign. Minkah Fitzpatrick off the injury report. That, to me, is huge. And again, if this Bills team does have a weakness, it's Josh Allen, and he's been turning it over a little bit more than normal. So all those factors combined, give me the Steelers plus 2 full touchdowns and the extra points. Hey, have you guys been over to bettingpros.com/NFL props? If you haven't, you are missing out. Tons of great information, tons of great data, tons of great projections. Again, let the computers do the heavy lifting, then you come in, tinker from there, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and dominate the books. Bettingpros.com/NFL props. Tons of great information, projections, models. They got it all. All right, bet number 3, Seahawks plus 190 on the money line at Saints. Give me that for 2 units. I just don't think Andy Dalton should be this big of a favorite. Geno Smith's been playing well. He just had a really good game in the Dome. Now, yeah, it is back-to-back road games, but the Saints have a minus 20-point differential. They have 1 win by 1 point. In what world should they be this big of a favorite against the Seahawks team that's kind of gelling a little bit? They're getting the passing game going. Rashad Penny's look good. Will Dissly. I mean, if you're looking for an anytime touchdown play, maybe toss in Will Dissly there. He's had 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Saints minus 7 in turnover differential, aka the worst in the league. The Saints really don't blitz, and that's how Geno has succeeded, by not facing the blitz. If they can bring a ton of pressure, he's in trouble. But when he has time, he's been playing pretty well. Like the Broncos weren't able to pressure the Seahawks. He played pretty well. Same with the Lions. Weren't able to bring pressure, played pretty well. Now, when the 49ers pressured the Seahawks, he got destroyed. I think they're going to have enough time, and I think he's going to be able to succeed. I love the price, though. Seahawks plus 190 on the money line at the New Orleans Saints. Last but not least, I'm rocking the jersey. I'm going to the game. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. We're taking over the city of Arizona, Tempe, Scottsdale, Glendale. It's like got 5 different city names. The only city name that'll matter come today is Philadelphia. Give me the Eagles minus 5. Get that over on WinBet. I'm going to the game. I'm 3-2 against the spread and 3-2 straight up in last 5 Eagles games I've attended. Arizona, though, let's start here. Arizona, horrible team at home. 0-7 against the spread in its last 7 home games, 3-7 straight up. Last 10. Listen to this Eagles defense. 16 sacks, first in the league. 10 takeaways, first in the league. 21 3 and outs, first in the league. 56% completion percentage allowed, first in the league. 277.2 yards per game, third in the league. The defense has really been destroying teams. A.J. Brown is just unguardable. A.J. Brown has 25 catches. 21 of them have gone for 10 plus yards, most in the NFL. He's averaging essentially 100 yards per game. Cardinals are quietly kind of banged up. They're missing their center, Rodney Hudson, and Max Garcia. Eagles are without their left tackle, Jordan Mailata, but Driscoll came in there and looked pretty good. I just think in this dome environment, the Eagles are going to throw the ball. They're going to complete a bunch of passes. If you're looking for fantasy play, maybe Ertz gets his in a revenge game. But, I mean, the Cardinals have been so bad in the first half. Even the first three quarters, they are negative 57 in point differential through the first three quarters. And that's when the Eagles thrive. I think they're going to get out, get in front, and maintain the lead. And I think they're going to be able to pressure Kyler Murray. When dealing with pass rushers, Murray's turnover-worthy play percentage soars to 9.1%. You know what else soars? The Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go, baby. Let's give me the Eagles -5 at the Cards for 2 units. Give me the Seahawks on the money line +190 for 2 units. Give me the Steelers +14 at the Bills for 2 units, and give me the Dolphins -3, -120 at the Jets. All right, that'll do it for the show. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Use the promo code JUICE over at BetMGM. Bet $10, get $200 if either team scores a touchdown. Restrictions apply. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcasts, the Sports Gambling Podcast. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.